Congratulations on your retirement, Rob. Today we celebrate all of the wonderfulness that is you. And I know you're not wild about being the center of attention, but all of the praise and accolades and kind words you are more than deserving of.
Well, the first thing you notice about Rob is he's always smiling. No matter what the circumstance or what's going on, I've never seen a coworker smile as much as he has. Whether he's having a good day or a bad day, Rob's always smiling.
This is a story about how I idolize Rob Hershey. The only other thing you really need to know about me is I'm addicted to Lego clearance. I know, it's a little weird, but stick with me. So one night, 9 p.m., I'm in a Walmart buying 50% off Lego, and I take my haul up to the counter. And one of the reasons I idolize Hershey is because I always think that he's so positive and he's so friendly with everybody. So I was trying to emulate him as I brought up my Lego haul and plopped it on the counter. And there was a very young woman working at the counter. And Rob Hershey's known for saying stuff like, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on?" and stuff like that. And so I went up and I was like, "Okay, say something like that." And I said, "What time do you get off work?" Yeah, next thing I know, a manager walks up and goes, "Hey, is everything okay here?" And I realized in that moment what I had said and that she'd probably hit a panic button of some kind and called the manager to the counter. So that was a little embarrassing. I bought my Legos and ran out of that store without saying anything else that night. But that's all because I wanted to idolize Hershey and be like Hershey and be very friendly to people.
When I first met Rob, he had long blonde hair and always a smile. And I thought he was probably a leftover hippie or maybe a former hair metal band member, but honestly, one of the nicest people I've ever met.
He didn't fit the engineer mold per se, you know, the geeky, nerdy engineer look. He was kind of cool and smiling and happy, and I'm like, this is really fun.
We were actually very good friends. We hung out a lot, we went to parties a lot. I can remember going to my sister's house to watch her dogs up in Bloomsburg and her MG Midget. I'd run down here and I went to a party, caught up with Rob, and we drove back to Bloomsburg in the Midget and sliding around half drunk on the stones.
Rob is the nicest man I've ever met. One time he gave me a filing cabinet.
Rob at the time was a freak. He was a long-haired, geeky-looking, skinny blonde guy wearing clogs and little skinny belts like they wore in the 80s.
For some reason, he was too happy, and that made me nervous.
He knows where all the bodies are buried, and I don't want any of those secrets.
I just don't have enough good words to say about you and how much I enjoyed our time together and talking about the affair that I supposedly had with Stu Brunner's mother-in-law.
He was just a fun guy to be around.
He'll also sneak up on you around corners.
He knows where all the bodies are buried, and with everything that he put up with, there should be a lot of bodies, just saying.
You think in a place where no one would ever be, and that's where he is, in some weird crack of the building fixing something, or hanging from a rafter, or putting gum in some spot to keep everything together. Like, the guy's amazing.
So I worked Master Control for a couple of months, and I wasn't that good at it. I did audio for the news, and early on, I liked to mess with Tom Russell. And, one of the newscasts, I decided to throw Roger Miller behind Tom's weather forecast. And the director in there at the time, was so angry and, was banking on me getting fired for that. And of course, it didn't, of course, turn out that way. Rob was very kind about that. And, fortunately, it turned out to be funny. It was the first of many things that I've done to raise Rob's blood pressure. I could always tell there's that mischievous sense of humor, where he, even if he may not have appreciated, the fallout that came after something I did, every now and again, I could always see, in there, he definitely appreciated the humor behind it.
Something will happen where everything's broken, and you'll say, "Oh, Rob, this one's bad," whatever. He goes, "Well, I guess we'll just have to see how to fix that." And he'll just have this upbeat demeanor, the soft-spokenness, and nothing can rattle this man. Even stuff that should just doesn't. And so it relaxes you and you're like, I guess this is gonna be fixed or figured out somehow.
I had a bad night in Master Control, and where we were running the Grammys, and I was running 2 broadcasts at one time, and a normal Master Control operator could do this without a problem, but for me this apparently was an issue, and I ended up rolling the end of the Grammys before the Grammys were over, and it was like a big deal. I mean, it was thousands of dollars. I burned it, in that one mouse click, and then not only that, I also screwed up the news at the same time, so it was a huge debacle. And that Monday, I knew that they were looking for an IT person for like months, and it was the last thing I thought I would have applied for, and last thing I would have thought I was ever in the running for, because I looked at the qualifications, listed like the ones for the job, and I'm like, that's not me. I don't have any paper experience. All mine is firsthand, and so it was. I looked very terrible on paper, and so Rob called me to his office that Monday, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's got firing, and he goes, he says, I'd like to offer you the IT position, and I really thought I misheard him, and he just. I said, I thought you were calling me in to let me go because of the Grammys, and he started laughing, and he said, no, it's all fine, and he said, I'm excited to, to work with you, and, to hear somebody, and then at that point, it was 8 months, almost 8 months, or 6 months, and even by that point, like, I revered him, and, to have somebody like Rob Hershey say, that he couldn't wait to work with me, that was, that's where I'd made it.
I remember the first time I met Rob, I was walking down the hallway there in News, and I said, I didn't really know him, and I said, hi, how are you? And he actually stopped, looked at me and said, I'm good, how are you? But he truly wanted to know how I was, which I, was just so used to people just whizzing by. So I just loved that his attention to, he truly wanted to know how I was doing.
Not only is he one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever met, he is just always so willing to help no matter what, and he has sacrificed so much. Like, every time he's in this building, he's always doing stuff for other people and helping in ways he doesn't even have to help out with, because that's just the kind of person that he is.
Whenever you have somebody that says, don't hesitate to reach out if you have a problem, he really means it. And it's not an empty gesture, because when you ask him for help, he's literally right there. It doesn't matter. He could be outside of the building, he could be at home, but you always get that response really, really quick. And working back in the weather office, we're kind of in our own little world back there. And anytime there's a problem, Rob has been there in an instant, and I sometimes, more often than not, get a response faster than I even would think possible.
Rob, why did you wait so long? You've been here like 100 years. Go enjoy your retirement.
Rob Hershey, the man who's always smiling. Look, he's smiling right now. I know why he's smiling right now. Hey, Rob, congratulations on your retirement. And if you're still riding that motorcycle, I'm glad that you can now ride off into the sunset.
I hope during retirement, you can at least take Mrs. Hershey to maybe more of an upscale place like Burger King instead of McDonald's, and just enjoy yourself overall. You deserve this retirement. You're what they call in Jewish terms a mensch, a good person, and a great man. Enjoy your retirement.
When I look back at my time at WHP, you are the brightest light that was shining there. And not only are you the hardest working person I have ever met in my entire life, I mean, I don't think that place would still be going if it wasn't for you. You are also the kindest and the most generous. You're also the most patient. I am surprised we're still friends after all the things that I put you through, and I am very proud to call you one of my best friends. Throughout the years, you've been there for me, both personally and professionally, and you've done that for so many other people. the world is a much better place because you're in it, and I am so excited that you get to start this next chapter in your life, and I hope you have some grand adventures.
Hey Rob, happy retirement. Without fail, anytime I saw you in the hallways of CBS 21, you always had the biggest smile. And that's how we all know you, as someone who's hardworking, dependable, and always exudes joy in the everyday. A pretty special legacy to leave behind as you start this next chapter. Congrats, Rob.
Hello, Mr. Hershey. Just want to wish you the best for your upcoming retirement. If anybody deserves a long, relaxing retirement, it's you after all the years you put in at Channel 21. I know I only worked with you there full-time for 5 years, but you left a lasting impression on me. And the last few years working with you on the Friday Night Rivals shoots were great. I always enjoyed our conversations. In fact, most of the time I was late getting to my camera because I was talking to you. So you are certainly the nicest man in the world, and I always enjoy the times working with you and talking with you. I wish you nothing but the best.
Hey Robbie, hey, just wanted to say congratulations to you. You're gonna love retirement. I know I'm gonna echo a lot of sentiment probably from other people, but you are absolutely one of the calmest persons I have ever met. Everything at the station could go on sideways, and you just remained calm and cool and never left anything bother you. Don't know how you did it, but you did it. So just wanted to again say congratulations and love you, Robbie.
So he has done so much for so long that I'm not sad to see him leave, because I'm so excited for whatever it is that he wants to do now. He deserves it completely, and he's still young to enjoy it, and I hope that he has the best time. Rob, you're a legend, and thank you for everything. And although, you know, I've only known you for 8 years, right? Not even a decade. You've been here 4 decades. And so I think that the lives that you've impacted and the product that you have helped produce and the legacy of CBS 21 is very much thanks to you.
Hey, Rob Hershey, happy retirement. I can't believe it, finally retiring after 86 short years at WHP. I can tell you my time working with you was some of the best memories I've had in my whole life. From our everyday lunches, to our talks in my office, to you routinely keeping me from jumping off the roof. I appreciate your patience, your time, your understanding, and just your always smiling face. I wish you nothing but the best in retirement. I hope you get away from Frank, which will help you and help everybody else around. And please put some thought into coming to visit Kevin and I. That's really important to us. We would love to come and see you. And I want you to think about that long and hard. That's what she said. Love you, Rob.
Hey, Rob, Jim Buchanan here. I understand you're going to be retiring. Take it from me, retirement is not what it's cracked up to be. It is a full-time job. And you're going to be busier in retirement than you were during your entire career. Congratulations, job well done, and a career well played. Take care, my friend.
Robbie, thank God and all the spirit guides that I left news before Robbie did, because otherwise I'd be walking out with him. I told Frank, they better name that building after him, or we're tearing it down and we're going to build a statue of him in its place. That station owes its history, owes its existence to Robbie Hershey.
Rob Hershey, the guy who was never known as just plain Rob. So many of my other friends and my other circles ask why, when I talk about my 21 friends, that you're the only one who has a first and last name. I really can't say why, but it just seems fitting. Rob is just not enough. What's crazy is I've been gone from WHP for 17 years, but our friendship has certainly surpassed the 4 years that I actually worked there. From our Fiesta Mexico and movie days to pool days in the summer, I can't imagine our friend group without you being part of it. And I certainly can't imagine WHP without you there. But there is no one more worthy of retirement than you. Congratulations, Rob Hershey. Enjoy your retirement.
And Rob, I wish you the absolute best. Can't say I'm going to miss you because I absolutely am going to miss you and everything you bring to this station, your knowledge, your warmth, your leadership, there will definitely be a big hole here at the station, and it's going to be tough to fill. But I wish you the best. I hope you have a happy retirement, and absolutely don't be a stranger.
So did I hear that right? Rob Hershey is retiring? Oh my God, it must be true. Hell has frozen over. In all seriousness, congratulations, sir. You deserve it. Thank you so much for all the time you took care of all the people inside of CBS 21 for all those years. Now it's your turn. Take care of you and your family. You'll be missed, but it's well deserved. Congratulations.
There's a lot of things that can be said about you, Rob. You are a brilliant and capable chief engineer. You have a MacGyver-like ability to be able to fix almost anything. You have a fabulous work ethic and an unwavering positive attitude. But most importantly, you are an unfailingly kind and generous person, and the best friend anyone could hope to have. I can't think of too many people who would happily and willingly spend an afternoon helping me haul around furniture, or come over to change a light bulb because I am embarrassingly incapable of removing that one light fixture in the bathroom, or helping me put together a backyard storage shed on what had to be the absolute hottest day of the year. I'm pretty sure I still owe you several dinners for enduring that torture.
Rob, I would just want to tell you, it's been an honor to know you. And like I said, I hope I can live up to how you handle people and how you treat everyone with respect no matter what they do in this building. I truly would love to be able to do that in my own life, and I aspire to be like you. And always have a smile on my face. I try. It's not easy.
Robbie is the best human, period. You're having a bad day and you see his face and it's instantly better. Robbie is funny and charming and just good to his core. I've never met a more patient or kind man, truly. I haven't. And I dare you to name another one. And he spent his lifetime in news. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a real-life unicorn. And when my Rob died, there are no words to the amount of support that he gave me. No words. Except Mimi, straight angel gangsta. So thank you for being you, Robbie. I love you. Congratulations. Nobody deserves a better retirement. So go. Relax your ass off. Love you. So Rob, thank you. Thank you so much for being my friend and for being one of the most incredible people that I have ever met. Here's to you, Rob Hershey. I wish you nothing but the best on this next chapter in your life. And I can't wait to hear about all of the adventures and trips and shenanigans that you and Di get up to. Congratulations on your retirement, Rob. You deserve it.
Hey Rob, thank you so much for being the driving force behind this TV station. I always knew that no matter what broke or what happened around the TV station, you were going to be there to pull us through, and we were going to do it whether it was with duct tape or your engineering or your know-how. You always pulled us through. So thank you for all that through the years. We could always count on you.
This is probably something that you might not be comfortable with, Rob, but this is my way of saying it to you. There isn't one person or individual in the 70-plus year history of this television station that has meant more to the station or its success than you, sir. And congratulations on your retirement.
You are an exceptional person. Thank you for all that you taught me. And although the joke might be kind of stale, there is no better person appropriately named after the sweetest place on earth.
You are the most reluctant legend ever. You think you're just doing your job. You think you're just putting in your time. But you mean so much to so many people just by being you. What a gift that is. Just by being yourself, you changed the entire company, this building, these people, and from some of the stories I've heard, maybe the industry. So that is quite a legacy from someone who's not trying to do that. What a reluctant hero. They should make a comic book about the reluctant hero that Rob Hershey is. And don't think that I don't really know that Hershey Park's named after you.
If you could say something to him directly, what would you want to say?
People can drink a lot of antifreeze and still turn out okay.